It's your boy JC here, and I'm doing a review and analysis on the Sharks and Ospreys. Ospreys taking this one 19-5, right? I want to first congratulate Ospreys on the win, their first win over the Sharks, and I've also would like to speak about the highlights and where I believe things are going wrong for the Sharks. Right. Okay, I started watching this game from the 25th minute on, and the Sharks scored a try within 3 minutes, actually. Funny enough. But that was all she wrote. Ospreys were the more clinical team here. Look, if you watch the game without putting a scoreboard on, it would be you could see that it was an even game, although it was a bit scrappy at times. It was even. I did check the weather in London while doing this analysis, and it brought up a couple of other wrong points that the Sharks got wrong. Okay, please note the weather in London was actually 8 degrees Celsius, which would mean the ball's wet. Although it didn't rain, the ball is wet. 8 degrees Celsius. I don't know how it feels for the Europeans, but over here it's cold. I mean, at that, my car's windows are iced, and yeah. Okay, so weather conditions. Look, I don't think a person can really use weather conditions as an excuse. I mean, the Sharks spent the last 3 weeks playing in Europe. They played 2 games in Ireland and now one in London. The conditions don't differ that much. So one would think that this team have formed a way of, listen, here's how we're going to combat the conditions here in Europe. Okay. All right. 25 minutes in, the Sharks win a scrum and they waste an opportunity. Okay. And at that point, the score was actually 5-all. And Ospreys went over, scored a try, got it converted during that time in the 29th minute. And the score was 12-5. Okay. And then, 30 minutes in, Sharks launched a decent kick, and at that point, I could see Ospreys plan already. They wanted to play a territorial game over here, which is, in those conditions, what you need to do. You're not here to play pretty rugby, running rugby, all those things. In the in Europe's winter, you don't want to really, run the ball, launch a lot of offloads, especially this late in the evening. Okay, I mean, at the time, if I'm not mistaken, with daylight savings in Europe that region of Europe are 2 hours behind us. It's 7 o'clock in the evening. It's already dark there. So anyways, Ospreys are playing a territorial game. And then Sharks win a penalty and they take a line out. And true shit, Ospreys hold the Sharks more. Okay. Sharks are then penalised for handling in ruck. Ospreys take it to touch, and the Sharks, that was the first half. And then we go into the second half. Okay, at that point the score was already 19-5. I missed the try. I missed Ospreys' third try, which I believe was at the end of the first half, and the Sharks were yellow carded as well. Okay. Just in 52nd minute, Sharks are launching a beautiful attack, and it goes to touch. Another missed opportunity for the Sharks. Then you start seeing a change in the game. In the second half, Sharks were dominating territory. Okay, Sharks run the ball, and guess what? They are in the opposition 22 and muck it up in the 56th minute. And penalties start coming, and I mean, you're not scoring tries, so what do? You need to take points. I mean, there's still time on the clock, and I mean, Ospreys at this point were actually giving away penalties like candy. Sharks don't take the points at crucial times and mess it up. At this point, I did take a note. The Sharks' maul is not effective at all, as well, although their scrums were earning them penalties, but it's not effective because you're not taking points. Alright. At this point, I saw absolutely no plan from the Sharks. At 73rd minute, Ospreys won a penalty for Sharks tackling without the ball. Luckily, my little friend Walsh from Australia missed that penalty. Score remains 19. True as shit, Sharks are still winning scrum penalties, but it's a bit too late, and the game is lost. Okay, that's a game for you. So, a couple of things I want to highlight over here. Firstly, Sharks do not know how to play in Europe. They do not know how to play in these conditions. Yeah, I mean, 3 weeks, yeah, okay, cool. 1 week 2, you played the top 2 Irish teams in Leinster and Munster. People would know, yeah, by your 3rd week of the championship, you would know you would find a counter for these conditions. Sharks find no counter, they don't know how to play in Europe. Okay. Secondly, Sharks don't take their opportunities. Where Ospreys did. Okay. Yeah, here's a statistic. At one point, Sharks made 7 visits to opposition 22 and he scored 1 try. Ospreys made 4 visits and scored 3 tries at that point. So who's taking opportunities here? Sharks or Ospreys? Okay, and that's where wins come in. Okay. Thirdly, Sharks are not playing rugby that's in the South African DNA. You can't play expansively if your forwards are your strong point, okay? And Sharks tried playing expansively, it didn't work. It blew up in their face, okay? Fourthly, Sharks have no depth. I'm going to say it right here, Sharks have absolutely no depth. And look, they're building depth here while the Springboks are parading with the trophy and stuff. But there's no depth in the squad. At this moment, there's no depth. Okay? Alright. So let's go to statistics. The statistics in this contest would highlight a more even scorer, but yeah. Tries scored, Sharks 1, Ospreys 3.
Is it okay in your side?
Position, Sharks 50, Ospreys 50. Clean breaks 3-3, which shows that this game wasn't really played. It was a bit of a scrappy affair.
966.
Defenders beaten 8-8.
Okay, give me one moment.
Okay. Now we're going to go to defense statistics. Sharks 43% of territory, Ospreys 57. Tackles. Sharks made 91 tackles to Ospreys 122. Missed tackles 8 each. Then we go to kicking. Kicking meters, Sharks 738, Ospreys 988. The team that kicks better with a better kicking game won. Discipline, Sharks conceded 9 penalties to Ospreys 7 and 1 yellow card in those 9 penalties. Right, so that's where, in my opinion, Ospreys won. Was pure on defense and a better executed kicking game. That's my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And please do like my video if you enjoyed it. And subscribe to my channel. Cheers, y'all.